Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in this second lecture of our seminar in project management. As we have discussed in first lecture, this is very demanding course, and we are very much focusing on advanced level things like program management, portfolio management, business analysis, and stuff like that. So let's start with program management. We will have a few sessions on this very topic, program management, and the concept of this thing is we should be able to identify the difference between project management, program management, portfolio management, as well as the application of program management. So let's start, and as you know, we start our lectures with the summary of a previous lecture. So in previous lecture, we had discussed in detail what is the course conduct, how the course is structured, and what is expected of you people from that. Learning is one prime consideration. And then we had discussed the course outlines. As you people can see, the title of our course, that is Seminar in Project Management. So we will be having few topics, different topics, advanced level obviously, and then we will go through these topics. And then students' evaluation criterion were discussed. This is very important part of any course. So this is how we evaluate you people if you are doing good or if you are learning or not. So you need to give a proper time. What I have got feedback from earlier course, the students are finding it quite difficult for giving appropriate or proper time to their slides. But I will suggest you people to please have some dedicated timetable for every subject in a week. And it is not like, okay, if we skip this lecture, then it's very fine. We will have the video, and we will be studying in later part of semester. But the point is, if you follow and some timetable, lecture number 1 on week number 1, lecture number 2 on week number 1, lecture number 3 on week number 2, and stuff like that, then by the end of semester you will be in good shape. So then some basic concepts you people must be having a very good idea, and we have discussed this, these few concepts in previous lecture as well as in previous courses. I have taught another course, that is development and management of complex projects. We had discussed such things over there, but now the detail and the focus on is on different part of things. So then we had talked about programs and differences and similarities between projects and programs, and we are going to talk on that in good detail today as well. Then we had talked of portfolio management and general management, and obviously we are going to study the interaction between portfolio management, project management, program management as well. Then what is project management and what is process? We need to understand the basic definitions very clearly so that we can be on same grade while we are communicating. And then very good resources were discussed in previous lecture, that is about literature, availability of different project management stuff we have. So this is all about we had discussed the other day. So let's start today's lecture now. So what is a program? Many people do have different meanings used for that very word, and they have different concepts and ideas of programs. Many people confuse large projects with programs, the other confuse them with portfolios, and they may be very much similar in meanings, but when we talk of project management, in project management we use a word with a specific meaning and that meaning only, and we will follow the same thing. So in project management we use project management lingo. So we will be observing that project management lingo. So while you are reading through these slides, remember, and I will suggest you people to only follow these lines which I'm going to tell you, that a word should be understood with the meanings in the context which we are studying in that course or that particular body of knowledge. So a program may have different definition on Wikipedia or somewhere else, answer.com and yahoo.com and stuff like that, but in project management a program has a very clear definition. So let's see what is that. So as I've told you, you can see these terms are used in different ways, and according to organization and according to the culture and context, these are used. Some organizations and industries refer to ongoing or cyclic streams of operational or functional work as programs. Other organizations refer to large projects as programs. So these programs include both individual projects or a single large project that is broken into more easily managed subordinate projects. We had discussed sub-programs in other lecture number 1. So these are a few things which actually leave a person confused. But after going through these lectures, we are going to have together, we will be having a very good understanding of program. So according to PMI USA, this definition is the standard definition as of this date, a group of related projects. So you need to understand a few words over there, and then we will be having good understanding. A group of related. So first word we will be having is related over there. Subprograms and program activities and other work managed in a coordinated way to obtain benefits not available from managing them individually. One thing should be very clear over there, that if you are talking of projects and you are managing and you are a very good project manager, and there is another project manager, he is equally good, and there is another project manager, he is equally good. What they do, the 3 good project managers, how they act basically, they are trying for the resources, and resources are not that in good number. Organizations, they are available with limited number of resources all this time. So what they do, they are having conflicts, and when we talk of conflicts, we do know that the conflicts are highest number of conflicts are for resources. One of the, if we have 7 highest conflict types, resources is one of the topper ranking. So if one project manager, he is demanding something, other project manager, he is demanding something, and the third project manager, because there are 3 good project managers, they don't want their project to be suffered. So they actually compete for resources over there. And what if one project manager is a blue-eyed project manager of the top organization, and he's or she is getting all the resources he or she wants every time? So and the other project manager, he's a very good project manager, by the way, but he's kind of less spoken, or he is kind of self-contained kind of person, but he is desperately in need of some resource, but as the blue-eyed one has already taken that same very resource, so the progress of that project will suffer. This situation is aggravated with the very fact that, let's say we are having project A, and then we are having like project B. And initially, we are having priority for project B initially, as the profits were conceived at highest. Profits were a bit low, were comparatively low than project B. Now we are having high profits over there, and the organization is focusing on the profits for this very particular example. Okay, so organizations and people, they do have different options and objectives. For this very organization, profits is one very good priority. So project B will take the priority, and they have assigned one very good project manager, PM1, to that. He is excellent project manager, and he is a very good seller basically. So we call that is a seller, just a term. And this is again a very good project manager, equally good, but that PM is kind of he does not speak that much, and he's a good leader, but he's not that persuading kind of and assertive kind of project manager. We call it less assertive. And this was the case at the start. Let's say the both the projects were started at January, and the total duration of that project, both of them were like 1 year. And after 6 months, what happens? One of the component for project B has a price which was not anticipated initially, and cost overrun has been observed, and this is beyond the control of project manager. So there is no fault of project manager at this point in time. Still, this is making profit. The project B is making profit just because of the efforts of project manager 1, the seller. But on the other hand, this project manager was able to exploit a market opportunity, and one of the component he's purchased was of lesser cost, of equal quality, just because of the market trends and market dynamics. So the profit has increased for that, the profit has decreased for that, and now this is more profitable project. After 6 months we have profitable. In the absence of a system where we can actually evaluate how much profit actually we will have, this project manager, and now there comes the opportunity that this project manager is actually doing an activity, and this project manager is also doing an activity, and they need a team member A. This is very important resource, and they both send a very good document to the top management. We are in need of that team member. When top management receives such a request, they call both the project managers and ask who's going to get the resource early. So as we do know that this project manager is lesser assertive, and this is a very good seller, so he will be presenting his case with more assertiveness, so he will be having this resource added in his project, and this project manager will be told to wait for the release of this team member from A. But in the case we are having a supervisory body, or overlaying hierarchy to that project management entities on two different projects, like a program manager, who is again a very senior project manager once, and he's a program manager now. So what he will do, he will be having these tangible things with him or her, like more preferred, lesser preferred, and modified ranking. So in that case, actually this guy will not let that team member to go to that project manager. Rather, he will ask project manager 1 to hold the activity, whereas project management 2 will be given the resource to show that the opportunity which is present may be exploited to the maximum. So such a thing cannot be achieved if we don't treat two projects as a program. So they are distinct activities and entities, the two projects, but more precisely entities. But if we are having a very good program, and over there we are having ranking among them, so we are able to manage them with more benefits. So that is not possible if we are managing them individually. So a group of related projects. Now there is another thing which is very important, that is related. So project A and project B, they are of like civil engineering projects, right? So if we are having a project that is construction of a house and construction of a road, both the projects are civil engineering projects, right? In broader picture. But if, okay, let's have this definition modified a bit. If we are having a 5-marla house and 10-marla house, so it is good, we will have a program of two projects. But what if we are having this construction business with us and a construction project we have, and one poverty elevation project with us? So we don't actually couple these two projects together. Some of the outcomes may be of same nature, like if we are doing this construction business and construction project, and another project is to elevate poverty. Yes, the construction industry may result in reduction of poverty in any area, but we don't couple them as program. So for program, we need to have related projects with us, some programs and program activities. So this is the definition of program. Okay, then there is a very good discussion. We have very good discussion on the definition of program. So what are not programs? This is very important. So what includes and what does not include. So inclusions and exclusions both will be discussed in this lecture. So all projects within programs are related to a common goal. This has been discussed, like profit making or like strategic things, stuff like that, often of strategic importance to the sponsoring organization. So if we construct like one construction of house and one multi-story building, and then one road, and then one dam and stuff like that, all are construction projects. But there is no specialty available within organization. Some organizations, they are prime organizations. They simply go for anything that come across their way. But some organizations, they are specialty organizations. They simply go for industrial construction or housing construction or heavy construction or stuff like that. Similarly, one NGO is dealing with only poverty elevation projects. Other is dealing with like polio vaccination thing and newborn health, stuff like that. So these organizations, they are focused on only one dimension. So they are actually developing their programs based on common goal. If the projects have a separate goal, and we have discussed that, are not characterized by synergic benefit delivery and are only related by common funding, technology or stakeholders, then these efforts are better managed as portfolio management rather than as a program management subject. So we are going to talk of portfolio management or portfolios in a relevant section. We have a very good resources available on that portfolio thing, but now we are only dealing with this program. So I hope we are now good, having good understanding of programs. So what is included in programs? Yes, that is very much clear. Individual projects within programs. The number may be like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever the numbers that may be. Other work. And now there is a term other work. Other work may be of different types. One other work is related to component projects such as training and operations and maintenance activities. Now I'm going to explain this thing in a different way, but before that, so whatever you are carrying out over your project, like trainings, like other activities or stuff like that, so that is part of projects, and hence will be a part of programs. Operations over there, that may be projects operation, right? So this is not only the products operation, that is project operation. You should keep this thing in your mind. Other work make up the non-project components as well, or activities of the program, and may be recognized as management effort and infrastructure needed to manage the program, like program governance. Thus, program may include elements of other work managing the program itself outside the scope of discrete projects in a program. So keep this thing in your mind, and this should be very much clear that the total effort will not be equal to the efforts on all the projects. Rather, the total effort will be the effort done on individual projects plus the effort done on program management activities as well. So here comes some important definitions. Other work. Let's discuss this thing in good detail. A number of program-specific activities performed by the program manager that are not directly tied to individual subprograms or projects within the program. So this non-project and non-subprogram work may include activities such as trainings. So you people do know that we develop a team, and development of the team is only done through learning, and learning is, there are so many modes available for learning on job experience, and then mentoring, coaching, and one of very good technique available is training. So we carry out these trainings for project management people and program management people. So one of the function of program management team is to provide guidance to project management teams. So this is a very good tool, the trainings for program manager and its team and his or her team to conduct or to induce that knowledge in project management teams. So those trainings are part of other work that is part of programs. Planning for new components. Now the team is working on a project, and let's say they are constructing a house, and there is an opportunity. If we can, and their scope is very much defined, and that is there. But the people in program, they see if we can extend the scope. So that may become an opportunity. So the project teams, they are given with the scope, and they have scope statement, WBS, and everything is with them. In meantime, the program management team is having like, okay, they are constructing a house, let's plan and design and construct the lawn, and they have a very good plan available with them, and they have meeting with the client. The client is very much happy with the project team, and a program management team people go and meet the client, and they say, okay, your house is being built, what we see, if we can have this lawn built, your house will be having very good value added. So the client is actually accepting or rejecting, but you know, for planning for new components is part of programs. And then management effort. There are so many management functions. We are going to talk on that, those in upcoming slides. So all these efforts, they are also part of other work. And then infrastructure needed to control the program. Governance thing, obviously if you are dealing with programs and projects, and you are having some hierarchy over the projects. So you are having a project over there and a project over there and project over there. So there are 3 projects, and they are headed by the project managers, and they are functioned through project teams. So is the case with second project, and so is the case with third project. So if they are sending you something like status reports and other indices reports, and one of the project managers is demanding some extra money to attend to another risks, those which are arising through iterative or emergent or risk identification processes in that project. So one person is holding all the management reserves for project number 1, 2, and 3. So if some project management is demanding, so the program manager is actually dealing with that. So program manager is dealing with that second project and third project, and you think that this will be done by one guy. No, that will be done by a team available. So they will be having like 50 or 60 projects in their programs. So this team is actually ensuring the integrative sense of programs in those projects. So this needs some effort, and this effort is part of their work. Operational activities, we are having some activities which are of operational nature, which are quite obvious, and they are repetitive in nature, and they are regardless of the project. So such activities are part of other works. So and then operations and maintenance functions that support are directly related to the programs. So such functions, maintenance and operations of the project team. Project team is working on the project, but to facilitate them and to provide them logistics support, we carry out such activities, and these activities are part of programs. Then we had, and we will come across a term program component in our upcoming slides and lectures. So one or more of the work elements found within programs, that is program component. So that may be individual projects or subprograms or program or other work. So these components take various forms and include individual projects performed as part of the program, programs that are undertaken as part of larger program effort, or other work performed by the program manager. So we have other work defined in previous slide. So there are 3 things which we are mentioning over there: projects within the programs, or subprograms within bigger program, and then other work performed by the program manager and team. So these are program components. And then program activities. So you people must be very much familiar of this term program activity, or activity more precisely, not program activity. So for project management, activity is defined as a distinct and scheduled portion of work to perform during the course of project. So that is a distinct and scheduled portion of work. Within programs, however, there are many tasks and actions carried out by the program manager that are important to forward the progress of the program. Although they are not distinct scheduled portion of work performed during the course of project, they are not. They may also be referred to as program activities. So all the actions and efforts needed to ensure the progress of the program, those may be termed as program activities. Subprograms is another definition: a program managed as part of another program. So let's explain this thing. So we are having a program, and we are having a project, and another project, and another project, and another bunch of projects. So as you can see, we are having like 6 projects, and these 3 projects are like dealing with events, and these 3 projects are dealing with like ceremony. So what the program manager has decided over there at this level, that 3 projects should be coupled and they're grouped, and they should be forming a sub program. So is the case with this sub program. So this is kind of, you know, a related project concept. So yes, this is a program, but this is a part of a larger program. So the definition of program is very much clear. That is the combination of alike projects or related projects. So that is a program. So we are actually coupling or we are grouping these projects based on the nature of work we will carry out over there. So this will be termed as subprogram. So benefits of programs. This has been talked a little bit, but let's talk in detail. Programs are means of executing corporate strategies and achieving business or organizational goals and objectives. So they do not exist in isolation. Why we carry out programs? As I have discussed, the business strategy or objective in that example was to make profit. So we are running 2 projects, and we want to ensure that maximum profit will be gained through our projects. The programs are that they provide that platform to assess the profitability and ensure that the profits which we have conceived in earlier stage are actually being made. So similarly, program benefits may be realized incrementally. Now there are 2 types of benefit realization, and that is incrementally through the duration of program, or may be realized all at once at the end of the program through unified benefits delivery concept. So we will discuss these 2 things, and let's have examples of. So first, incrementally realization. So program benefits, they are realized incrementally. So one very good example is training. You know, we carry out trainings, and the benefit is not that certain, you know. So the team's capability has been enhanced, and hence they will make better decisions in future. They will manage projects with enhanced knowledge, and hence those projects will perform better. But the benefits are kind of intangible over there. They are not that quantifiable. But when we talk of unified benefits delivery, so the example we have given earlier, so if we are actually doing this project, project A, and then project B, and the profits, they are having like 100 rupees and 100 rupees. But after we carry out a program of 2 projects, and then profit is like 210. Now in that case, this 10 is the benefit of program. So benefits may be of 2 types as far as program are actually being implemented. So benefits are realized incrementally or unified benefit delivery system. So this is a very good slide, and this is actually taken from PMI USA manual. So we have one component component number 1, that is subprogram, and then program component that is project, and then this is other work, and this is a project, and this is subprogram, other work, and a project. So we are having like 7 components, projects as well subprograms as well other work. So as you can see at this level, program definition, and then there is program benefit delivery over there, and over there you are actually closing your program. So as you can see, this component subprogram, we are having benefits in that time period, and we are having benefits in combination with project over there as well. So, and for that project we are having benefits in that time frame while we are actually moving along the program, and hence we are having benefits from all these components. And then over there, so this is very much there, but if we want to know how good our program management went, or how can we have benefits, how much benefits we had, so you need to consolidate program benefits over there while you are closing your program. So sustained benefits are actually based on that. So these are benefits we are getting with the passage of time, right? But consolidated program benefits can only be realized or understood at the end of or closure of the program. So program management, the definition of program management, we have talked about program, and we do know now the definition is the combination of related projects and why they are combined to have maximum benefit, which cannot be materialized or realized without managing them in group. If we manage them individually, we may be able to manage them in good detail, but the maximum benefits are realized when we carry out their management in a coordinated way. So now we will move to the definition of program management. The program management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools and technique to a program to meet the program requirements and to obtain benefits and control not available by managing them, these projects individually. So it involves aligning multiple components to achieve the program goals and allows for optimized or integrated cost, schedule and effort. Now there is this term that is aligning projects or components. So remember, if you are doing this project and your organization deal with construction of houses, and one of your project is construction of house, and you are actually doing that, you only construct the house, you don't do landscape, and the owner is approaching you and saying like you are doing very good, and we are in need for a project team like you, so that can actually landscape the project. But alignment says that you haven't actually done this part of your project in a near past. So this component, if you take that, will not be aligned with your project or your organization. So you need to say no to that. So what if a company, they are dealing with like poverty reduction program in low income areas, and if they are starting making movies, so that is absurd and that is not a good thing. So program management, that ensures that big concept within the projects and within the programs. So alignment of the components with program goals and optimization of combined cost, schedule and effort. Now, this is very important slide over there, and we are going to talk on this very topic in bit detail. The relationship among portfolios, programs, and projects. So portfolios refer to, again, the collection of projects. Now, this is common between program and portfolio, but collection of projects, programs, sub-portfolios, and operations grouped together in order to facilitate the effective management of that work to meet strategic business value objectives. Now, these three words, they define a very good difference between the portfolios and programs. So we carry out such collection of projects, programs, sub-portfolios, operational works for effective management of that work to meet strategic business objectives. Whereas programs are grouped within a portfolio and are comprised of sub-programs, projects, other work that are managed in a coordinated fashion in support of the portfolio. So these programs are part of portfolios. And similarly, we do know a definition of project, temporary endeavor undertaken to create unique product, service, or result. So individual projects that are either within or outside of a program are still considered part of portfolio, right? So we are going to show you a slide illustrating this very concept over there. Although the projects or programs within the portfolio may not necessarily be interdependent or directly related, they are linked to the organization's strategic plan by means of organization's portfolio. So it is again the organization's strategy that dictate the formation of portfolios, right? This is a very good slide over there. This actually illustrates what we have discussed earlier. So this is a portfolio, and that may be comprised of like sub-portfolio projects like project 1, project 2, project 3, and stuff like that, and then programs. And this sub-portfolio is further divided into programs, projects, and these programs are further divided into projects, and these programs are divided into sub-programs, project, and operations, and these sub-programs over there are divided into projects, and these operations is, remember the other work. So this is a very good slide showing the relationship between the portfolios, programs, and project management thing. And this is elaboration of the concept we had. So we have a portfolio, and over there you can see there is a path to projects. So there is a relationship. This portfolio is actually feeding with information to projects, and these projects are actually updating the portfolios. So what we carry out over there, we have strategies and priorities, and then we have progressive elaboration throughout the project, and we carry out the governance and disposition on request change. Now this is very, very important. I am going to talk on that. So let's say we were having a project A, thus and project B and project C, and we needed to select two projects. So the profit or internal rate of return, we are basing our decision on IRR. So IRR for project A was 37%, IRR for project B was 26%, and project C was 15%. So the policy of the organization is we only select those projects which are having more than 20% IRR, okay, financial internal rate of return, FIRR. Okay, so for that, project A is very much fine, project B is very much fine, but project C, that is not acceptable because we are having lesser internal rate of return, financial internal rate of return than the specified by the organization. And what should we do then? We won't accept this project, and we carry out these two projects. So, we have a strategy of accepting a project, and we have given a very good criteria. So, basing on those strategies, we prioritize our projects, and we have done that. So, project A is having more priority, and project B is having lesser priority. And then we carry out governance like project management and stuff, program management stuff, and then the things are elaborated. When we start the project, this was conceived that these projects will have those internal rate of returns. But a progressive elaboration tells us that the project B will have that 26% internal rate of return. But during the course of project, we were anticipating 37% financial IRR, but now the forecast after the half the project is over, we have conceived that the financial internal rate of return for that project will reduce to like 9%. Now that is far less than the stated 20% strategic goal. So 9% is actually dictating something over there, and we need to carry out some corrective actions if those are not working, and then we requested changes are implemented. Hence, we have reached to that 9%. You will make a decision over there now. So this project B will take the priority now, and this project A will be now second priority, or even can be abandoned because this has touched something which is the organization does not need anymore. So, disposition on requested changes mean that we can actually dispose of some projects as well. So impacts from change in other, and then portfolios, programs and projects. If we are carrying out a program and we are carrying out another program and another program, so remember 3 programs, they will affect their other programs over there in that portfolio. Or if we are having one portfolio or 2 or 3 portfolios in our organization, so organizations they actually can change their strategy, and hence the portfolio number 1, 2 and 3, they are having interaction with each other and having effect on each other as well. I have given you a very good example of resources. So project manager A and project manager B, which one A was assertive and B was lesser assertive. So those projects will have impact on each other. So is the case with programs and portfolios. So we carry out performance reports and change requests with impact on other portfolios and programs and projects. Similarly, we have a relationship of this portfolio with these program, and these program are having relationship with subprogram, and subprograms are feeding back to program, and this program is having like projects over there, and these projects are actually feeding to that, and subprograms, they are having projects, and they are these projects are hence having their effect on sub. So in this fashion, whole this concept is actually interrelated. We are at portfolio level, we are telling our program managers how to do the job and how the strategy will be implemented, and program managers, they are dealing with the projects. But if the projects are working good or bad, they are actually affecting the whole program and portfolio. So this is a coordinated thing we have. In this fashion, the portfolio, program and projects, they interact, and hence their management interacts as well. So during the course of a program, projects are initiated, and the program manager oversees and provides direction and guidance to the project managers and teams. Then program managers coordinate efforts between projects, but typically do not directly manage the individual components. Now this is very important. So they coordinate only, right? And they don't directly manage the individual components of projects. Now this is very, very important. Remember, micromanagement is occurs within organization. So if somebody has been given this responsibility of project manager, so if the project is a success or failure, that is the responsibility of that project manager. Yes, the performance of that project is contributing to your program, but that does not actually give you the right or the authority to intervene, to micromanage the activities and developing schedules and making cost estimates and budgets and stuff like that. Yes, you can provide them the guidance, and you should, but as a program manager, you should not actually directly manage individual activities of the projects or program components. Essential program management responsibilities include planning the program, identify and planning for benefit realization and sustainment, identification and control of the interdependencies between projects, addressing escalated issues among the stakeholders and teams and projects that comprise the program, and tracking the contribution of each project and non-project work to the consolidated program benefits. So this is how the program manager should see his or her responsibilities. If we can have, like, planning the program is very much there, and then identifying and planning for the benefits. Now this is very important. If you don't know what benefits you are going to realize, how can you actually get them? And then those benefits should be sustainable as well, you need to identify the dependencies which are interrelated between the projects. So if you are doing a project A, and that those activities of project will be done by 3 members of that project team, and they are comfortable with each other, and then there is a program, there is a project, and they are having their project, and they are having like 4 members, and they don't need anybody else during the project. They have their budget with them, they are having their budget, all the budgets are given upfront, and they are given the time, and they are working very fine. So there is no such relationship exist between both the projects. But if they are having 3 members, and they project they are having 4 members, and they need another project, both of them are in need of like X team member, so they both project they are demanding for X member. So in that case, we have one dependency of resource sharing among these 2 projects. So we need to identify such relationships between projects. So there are phases early in the program, and the program guides and directs the individual program components to align and achieve desired goals and benefits. While we are talking the relationship between the project and program management now, so what is the relationship? So initially the program manager is guiding and directing the individual program components to align and achieve desired goals and benefits. So over there they are guiding and directing. And then the program also influences the approach for managing the individual projects within it. So they actually have a very good agreed upon approach which is developed over the time through improved processes and through the strategic awareness of the organization. So one of the project manager, he's a very good project manager, but he's from another organization. We have hired him very early in near past. So he is actually trying to manage a project with different approach, and the team is not comfortable, and then program manager let this person know that we have different approach than of yours, so you need to change your approach as well, so that we can actually realize the benefits of process improvement of the organization. And as you can see, these people, they are holding each other in harmony. So in the later part of program, the individual components report through program governance processes. We are going to talk on these processes in good detail in upcoming sessions on project status, risks, changes, cost, issues, and other information affecting a program. So when we started with agreed upon approach and all the necessary information to the projects, they've started performing. And hence they will start sharing the status, the risks they have, like, okay, they have identified risks initially, and those are known, unknown. But there are a few risks which are not identified at initial stage. So with the passage of time, when the visibility of the project is clear, the project team is enlightened with more information. Now they can see better in future. So new risks may arise, and those risks are planned. And if they are planned, a few of them may be accepted, and if they are accepted, few of them will be accepted actively, and hence contingent response will be planned. And one part of that contingent plan is to have a to use contingency reserve. So that contingency reserve is actually filled through management reserve. So they've started sharing, the project team they are starting sharing information regarding risks, and then changes, if they carry out some change, scope change or time change or cost change or any other change, so that should be through proper change management processes. And then costs, what are actual costs and stuff like that, and issues. So issues, they need to be addressed early. The project team is doing that, but few of the issues may need to be escalated to the top management and other information affecting the program. So in the later part, they are having such synergy. And if we can pop up the previous slide we had, so over there you can see the programs are having relationship with projects, and sub-programs, they are composed of projects as well. In this fashion, the project and programs interact with each other, and hence the relationship exists between the project and program management. Then another very important topic, the relationship between the program and portfolio management. As we do know that the portfolio management is collection of projects and programs and sub-portfolios and operation works of the organization for having organizational strategy achieved for alignment of the things with mission, vision, objective, and goals of the organization. So, and programs, these are available to help realize those benefits and those goals achieved. So, portfolio management and program management interact as part of the relationship with organizational strategy and objectives. As the organization manages its portfolio, the programs are influenced by portfolio needs, such as organizational strategy and objectives. If the strategy is changed, the whole program may be abandoned or stopped or delayed or slowed or something like that, or even enhanced or pushed up or given more resources and stuff like that. So benefits, funding allocations, requirements, resource requirements, timelines, constraints, which are translated in program scope, deliverables, budget, and schedule. So in this fashion, they actually interact with each other. So the direction of influence flows from portfolio to the program. Now this should not be confused with direction of information, right? So direction of influences. So that priority will be with the portfolios, right? Because they are there to achieve the organization strategy, and they actually set those goals as well. The programs are means, and these are ends. So comparative statement between project, program, and portfolio. So over there we are having this thing, scope, change and planning, and we are having projects, programs, and portfolio. Let's summarize all what we have discussed. As far as scope is concerned, projects have defined objectives and defined scope. Scope is though elaborated progressively throughout the project life cycle, whereas programs have larger scope and provide more significant benefits, whereas portfolios have an organizational scope that changes with the strategic objectives of the organization. Project managers expect change, and they actually want to manage and control that change within their projects. Program managers expect change from inside and outside as well, and they are ready to prepare. They are prepared to manage it. And then portfolio managers, they continuously monitor changes in broad internal and external environment. So the business case has been changed, hence they will carry out the necessary changes over there. And then the planning, project managers progressively elaborate high-level information into detailed plans throughout the project lifecycle. Program managers develop the overall program plan and create high-level plans to guide detailed planning at component level. So they give high-level planning, the project people, they actually carry out detailed level planning. And portfolio managers create and maintain necessary processes and communication relative to the aggregate portfolio. Management, project managers manage the project team to meet the project objectives. Program managers manage the program staff, and the project managers, they provide vision and overall leadership. And portfolio managers may manage or coordinate portfolio management staff or program and project staff that may have reporting responsibilities into aggregate portfolio. Success is measured by product and project quality, timelines, budget compliance, and degree of customer satisfaction, etc. So this is not the end of the world, you know. So we can have different parameters as well as far as projects are concerned. Success is measured by the degree to which the program satisfy the needs and benefits of the organization for which those programs were undertaken. And success is measured in terms of the aggregate investment performance and benefit realization of the portfolio. As far as monitoring is concerned, for projects, project managers monitor and control the work of producing products, services, or results that the project was undertaken to produce, whereas project managers monitor the progress of program components to ensure overall goals, schedules, budgets, and benefits of programs will be met. And portfolio managers monitor strategic changes and aggregate resource allocation, performance results, and risk of the portfolio. So this is how we have project and program and portfolio management interact. Let's summarize this thing, and do we have a relationship between a program and organizational strategy and operations management? Yes, they do have. The primary context of program management within an organization is the planning and performance against organizational strategy. So whatever we are doing is for achieving some strategy or for some organizational strategy. Programs may direct work across multiple lines of business or may narrowly support single lines of business or functional areas within an organization. And during their life cycle, projects produce deliverables, whereas programs deliver benefits and capabilities, and the organization can utilize to sustain, enhance, and deliver organizational goals. And this is very good slide. So strategic vision is what is the mission of the organization, and organizational strategy, how to get those mission and this mission, and strategic alternatives, the means or different appraisals. And then we create portfolios, and those portfolios are governed through strategy, and we define benefits, and then what is the life cycle, and we have stakeholders, and then we govern and through program management. And then program life cycle, we have like defining programs, then delivering the end closure of the program. And then program delivery is further divided into sub-programs, projects, and other work, and we can actually further divide such things. So in this fashion, we have a relationship, very good relationship between the programs, program management, and organizational strategy. The program life cycle in figure below the over there. illustrates the non-sequential nature of the program management with the mobilization of components to produce a stream of deliverables that facilitate new operations and benefits during and after the program's completion. So program definition, as we had in previous slides, 3 components, that is program definition, program benefit delivery, and program closure. So program formulation is part of program definition, and then program preparation. And as far as program benefit delivery is concerned, we have components planning or authorization, then component oversight and integration, and then from there we can even go to component planning and authorization, iterative process, and then we have component transition and closure. And if we do that, then program transition is part of program closure, and then program closeout. So in this fashion, we have a life cycle stated in that fashion. As you can see over there, the team is actually working for value. So business value is very much of importance while you are managing a program or portfolio. So business value is defined as the entire value of the business. So the total sum of all tangible or intangible elements. The trainings, the learning and stuff like that is intangible, and the deliverables or assets we have tangible elements. Value may be created through effective management of ongoing operations. However, through the effective use of portfolio, program and project management, organization will possess the ability to employ reliable established processes to meet strategic objectives and obtain greater business value from their project investments. Using program management, organizations have the ability to align multiple projects for optimized or integrated cost, schedule, effort, and benefits. So program management focuses on project interdependencies and helps to determine the optimal approach for managing and realizing the desired benefits. So these are few skills and competencies the program manager should have. So the strong communication skills, stakeholder management, leading the program management team, employee strategic visioning and planning, and leading program activities. Another skills you can have on your slides, and you can read through. These slides are taken from Program Manager Skills and Competencies Delineation Study from PMI Standard. So these are few, like benefit measurement and analysis techniques should be there, industry and market knowledge, active listening, then brainstorming technique, information privacy and analytical thinking, budget process and procedures, knowledge management, capacity planning, business environment, leadership thresholds and techniques, communicating and business ethics management techniques, critical thinking, business model structure and organization, motivational techniques, customer centricity, and client focus. So these are few techniques given over there. You can have a look on those slides for skills and competencies the project manager or program manager should have. Okay, so we have reached to the last slide. As you do know that we actually summarize all of our lecture. So in this lecture we had talked in good detail of program and program management benefits, program, project and portfolio interaction, relationship between project, program and portfolio management, and the competencies and role delineation study of the program manager. So they say the true sense of knowledge is to apply it. So this is the end note. I say thank you, good luck, and we will meet in next lecture. Thank you.